we can do going forward is that, we have, and Mr. Angelini mentioned he had like one of the first events here on July 4th that he did on his own, is that we need to have people to come here to this event. I know we're never going to be able to break even or pay for this wonderful facility just doing weddings and quinceañeras. And so the exposure that we got on the radio, even the exposure that we received on the highway, to let people know that we're in to do this. I think that looking at the bottom line, I think definitely carrying on every year so people look forward to it. It may be in different forms of fashion because we did something differently this year. Will help to continue and hopefully build a base to be able to go forward.
People, they got to see the big picture. We might not make the money directly, but indirectly. All these people that come in, spend money is at the restaurants, on the hotels, motels. You got to look at the big picture for everything. They might decide to move in here. They want to build a house here or whatever. They like our small community. You got to always look at the big picture.
Well,
for everything.
It was a great event. I mean,
it's really hard to put a number on what you get out of an event like this because of the promotional value that it will bring. You can't put it. You don't know how many people would maybe come to rent the place or to come look at the place or come to a hotel or come to another event and maybe in another venue.
Yeah,
or like
that's what we're trying to get at. In
Right.
fact, we're just talking about that. We used to have the motorcycle clubs used to come to our city. They spend a lot of money here and donate like 2/3 of the money back to the city, to the EMS and to the police departments and everything else. But, sometimes, a lot of times we have controversy with other people for some reason or another. Nobody's ever happy, so.
The community has to come together, it'll never work.
Yeah.
But,
Exactly.
I've seen a lot of venues, and I've been to hundreds of venues. And this is one of the finest venues in this area. I'll have to say, it rivals any venue that you might go to San Antonio. It rivals anything in Corpus aside from this Selena Auditorium. But so you're sitting on a gem right here. You just got to promote it properly.
You got to utilize it properly.
Because like even on the television commercials that were out there, which was a contract that they had already had, and we used a little bit of that. I forget it. But even on that, you don't know how many thousands and thousands of people that saw it, but didn't necessarily come. But as far as in their mind, it's a big deal.
But
it's on TV. So, you might have had 20, 30,000 people that saw something that is going to come back to you, but you got to not
come back to the city.
You got to keep it going. Like eventually, this event should be driven by sponsors. HEB should step up. The car dealerships, the lawyers, they can always put $5,000 down. You would be looking at none of these expenses would be y'all's. But it has to have longevity. They have to know it's going to be here next year, so they don't spend a bunch of money and then they don't get to take advantage of it the next year because you give them the rights to come back and be part of it. And as it grows, this event would be paid for. That all this money would already be in the coffers, and all the money that came in through the doors and to the concessions would go back into the coffers also, except for what you would pay me to run the event.
Yeah, you plan on.
We started late, and it was our fault. We started too late. We had problems, and we started too late. We would have done it earlier, at least 3 months ahead of time. We would have made,
probably more than that.
To put it together is not hard. Put it together for me and my associates, this is not hard to do because we know how to get the bands, how to get the production, how to run it. The hard part is getting out there and getting the community to support it and to get some of these sponsors to give up some of their cash so they can be part of it.
Let's see, you ought to get Bud Light, Miller Light, Coors Light. Nobody got involved.
but not
I
that
think
short
the
notice.
previous talent buyer, the gentleman, Tony, was his name, right? I believe he kind of let the ball go, and I guess he didn't want to share any of that. So it is what it is, but believe me, you did not lose. You gained a lot of advertising for the facility, which will come back to you. But all I can tell you as a promoter is don't let it die. Even if you got to if you change the complexion by doing a country mix with.
Maybe 1 year we can do a country, and 1 year we can do or maybe, or
But it
New
doesn't have
Year's.
to be one event. It could do events all the time.
Exactly. You can have a country scenario. It could be holiday season. country. I mean, we're just doing a show with Aaron Watson, who's gonna, we're doing a show for a festival in West Texas with Aaron Watson, and he's a headliner in the Houston Rodeo. You know, and they pay a lot of money because, you know, we got him for a wing and a prayer because we went after him early when we saw him coming up. These are the things that we can bring to the table to a small community like this.
But
It's not
30,000,
small, but I mean, it's a
30
small market.
30,000 for one night is, that he brought in 30, 40, 10,000 for the concession and 30 for one night is good.
Well, I'll be candid there, because Ramon Ayala is an excellent artist,
Uh-huh.
and he's an excellent draw. But the people that come to see him, they're not used to sitting at a table and dressing up too much, you know, they just want dance floor and make sure there's plenty of beer on hand. And the ticket doesn't have to be $40, you know, it could be $25, and you'll have 1,000 of them in here or more.
You spend more, pay more concessions.
That's-
I think you make a good point there. I'm of the opinion if the city's going to lose money, any amount of money, that the event needs to be more inclusive. And especially in this demographic, $40, $50 is going to be a stretch per ticket. Reducing that ticket cost, whether it be in, you know, booking the bands or, like you mentioned, bringing in more sponsors. I think reducing
That's the secret, folks. I'm
reducing
telling you,
it is
that's
going
the
to be
secret.
the big.
Because if you get half of this paid for, your ticket doesn't have to be but $15.
Right.
And when you get it down to a level for the general public to become involved, then you have a full house. You do have a full house, but you can't pay this kind of money out and not have any help. Because other promoters that do this for a living, that's what they do. They bring in artists and they charge at the door and hope people come. They want to make sure that the venue can pull for them. And if they're a little, maybe not too sure about the venue, then they might go down the road to Robstown or to wherever. So,
Again, we emphasize you don't plan something like this in a couple of months,
oh no.
At least 6 months.
minimum.
We started doing our West Texas blowout. That's July 28th, 29th, 2 days, and we started in October, and it's not until July of this year.
And that's an event that has grown to where the city of, is it
Midland City is putting money behind that, but they have sponsorship money, that their sponsorship money is over maybe $60,000, $70,000 now. And Midland is a small city as well, but if
They
you put
have
it
a lot
on
of
this.
oil there.
They got a lot of oil, and I understand that, but, you know, if we start 6 months ahead of time, or even tomorrow, we would have enough time to get some sponsorship money and really get the ball rolling.
Oh, yeah. That's the secret. That's the,
And John, I apologize for calling you Villalobos when I know it's
No,
going to
Yeah, well, that's okay, no
I call
problem.
them a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things all the time.
Yeah, I've worked with him a couple of times, been quite a few years,
Yeah.
but what is it, I aged and you didn't.
Oh.
I don't know how that works.
No, he's still-
Don't feed his
still-
ego anymore. He doesn't even have an ego.
What it is that he dances more than dances.
Could be.
Keeps you in shape.
We appreciate any more questions or statements from the council. Any citizens' comments at this time? Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for
Thank you
all
very
your
much.
Very
work.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rosemary.
This guy's got a great race.
Yes.
Too bad, you gotta slow him down.
That may be our next venture.
They can block off 97.
Thank you for your time.
All right. Next on the agenda, city manager's report.
Yes, Mayor. Normally, I would give a more comprehensive report, but what I wanted to do, because we have so many new council members, is provide you with an executive overview of all the projects that we have, which is that wonderful black notebook that you have in front of you. So I know I'm not going to go through all of those tonight. Just take the time, look at it if you want to, meet with me if you have any questions. But what I want to give to you is actually just a summary that says, this is the project that we have, this is the funding mechanism that we're going to use,
this is like approximately the lead time and who the consultant is on that property, on that project, because we have several of them. And then I gave you some backup when I'm talking about tax note 2015, tax note 2016, those are in there as well. The ordinance in reference to the water rates and the sewer rates, that's in their package as well. I've had several conversations with the mayor, and she's asked me to put together a synopsis of how we got here and what we're gonna be doing for rate studies and things such as that. So I'll be working on that to get that to you all, so that as you go out amongst the public, you can explain, this is why we had to raise the water rates, this is how it's working, and I'm putting that together. The next thing that's on the agenda is actually, the mayor and I have had a conversation. She wants to have the different departments to come and report. And so what I wanted to give to you is just an idea, an outline of what projects will be coming before you, what staff members will be coming to report. In January, our next staff meeting, we will have our financials, our comptroller will be before you. Her name is Connie Moreno. And she's going to be talking about the financials for last year, because we're closing up our audit, which will be starting in February sometime, and discussion of an audit committee. And if I can say at this time, Mayor, audit committee normally is a couple of members of the council. They have in the past used a public person or somebody from the public, a citizen. But I think because you have so many, we should probably think about doing a committee of the whole. That would allow everyone to hear and have opportunity, rather than in this kind of setting. The committee, audit committee, actually, the auditor comes and reports to them. They have back and forth. I think Councilman Kintoon, you were on that committee last year. And I think Councilman Jimenez, you were on the council, that committee as well, as they presented and go back and forth, and they literally go through the report. And then later on, what's required is that they present it to the public at this type of venue, at your public meeting. But we can talk about that at your next meeting. And as you see, in February, we'll have the Parks Department. Administration, it is required via the charter, and my contract that I have the city manager have a quarterly evaluation that should have happened in January, but we just ran out of time. So we're going to put it in February for my evaluation. And then, of course, community development, we're going to talk about permit summary for 2016, inspection services, and code enforcement update. So those individual staff members will be coming to present to you rather than me talking, but don't worry, I'll be here. In March, we're going to have the streets department to come and talk, and Councilman Jimenez, who just stepped out, is going to definitely talk about, that's about our season. So when they come, it'll be starting very soon after that. And then last but not least, in April, we'll have an update with USDA water, sewer, and our hospital well, because you all just approved that last week, and so by April, we'll be able to have, hopefully, an updated report for you. I wanted to stop at that point in April, see how we're going as we're progressing, and we can change the dynamics if you want to, but we'll try this reporting. That would be the end of my report, Mayor. Again, I'm available for anybody. Just make sure that if you love to walk in, are great, but sometimes I have lots of meetings, and Mr. Neeson knows I was having 3 meetings at one time yesterday. I would love to carve out some time if you want to go through this project. That's the end of my report.
I appreciate that. I did ask Mrs. Turner to look into this so that we can hear from the different departments, including our police department as well.
Well, the police department is a little unique because they will be reporting to you every month. The chief will be providing a report and updates every month. So he's not on a monthly schedule. He is on a 12-month schedule for right now. So that's why I didn't say I was scheduled. And thank you, Mayor, for bringing that to my attention. But this is the various that will come and be reporting to you, but on a consistent basis, the police department will be reporting to the city council at the last meeting of the month, every month.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Any comments or questions or statements from the council for Henrietta? Anything else you would like to say, Mrs. Turner?
No, ma'am. Into my report.
Thank you very much. We have been sitting for 2 hours, almost 2 hours, so we're going to take a 5-minute break just to stretch your legs if you have to use the facilities. It is now 7:59, and we will return in 5 minutes. I got a timer. Thank you.